Well, welcome back to GNC Family Farms. How are we all doing on this fine Monday? Well, we got a week to count before Thanksgiving. Can you believe that? Well, I thought I'd do an interesting little short video for y'all. Today is we're just about 22 degrees. So it's a very very nippy morning. Last year was our first year here at the farm, and being city kids, we didn't know much about wintertime and animals and that kind of stuff. But over the summer, I did a lot of homework and a lot of research, so I thought I'd show you some things that we do for our animals here on the farm, how we keep things toasty and warm for them, and while it gets down to the very nitty-gritty coldness. All right, so let's just start off with showing you several things that we do here to make things a little easier here for us and as for the animals. All right, we'll walk over here and show you Miko's cage. As you can see, there's a heat lamp here. As you can tell, it's a typical boy's room. He's got his toys in there, and he's got a blanket and a lot of straw. I'll probably be putting some more in there today, because like a typical boy, he throws the stuff around and has fun in there. Now he's already outside. It's about 5:30 in the morning, going on 6 o'clock. Another thing that we do here, because this barn does not have water to it, as you can see, we still have pumpkins over here that we'll be using for our chickens and other livestock animals to eat over the winter. So we don't have water here, but we do have to bring our water in here. So one thing that I bought was this 5-gallon heated bucket. It plugs in and the water keeps nice and thawed. Last winter we dealt with a lot of this is what we had last winter. As you can see, we still have these here. Now today they're got a little bit of ice in them, but where the bucket, it's nice and thawed. But we still use our portable water here. This is how we bring our water in here, and then I'll pour it in the 5-gallon bucket once the temperature starts going up a little bit, or I can take these over and get them heated up over here on the other side of the barn, and then I can pour them in there. So there's a few items there. 5-gallon bucket, heated bucket, plugs in, it keeps the water nice and cool for them but not frozen. Now over here we have heat lamps for the rabbits. Now yes, they're way up there, but believe it or not, the temperature in here is a lot different. Even though we do have I did turn on the propane over here to kind of warm up the barn here, but we do put straw in their cages to keep them warm, which they have their fur and they know how to keep warm. Here's Mama and her babies, Chestnut. I gotta be careful because there's 2 rabbits in here, baby rabbits, who like to run, and there they are. See them right there in the corner? These are my little spreaders. They like to run and get out real quick, so I have to be careful. But as you can see, Mama's got them over there in their little nesting box. Hi there, baby rabbit. Yep, see, he's already looking. So there's the way they keep nice and warm over there. So that's one way. We also have a kerosene heater over here. That keeps this nice and area over here nice and toasty. We'll go out here and show you what I've done for the chickens. Another thing I did today, before winter set, or what I did a couple weeks ago, is I reinforced this door. Before there was about that much of a gap in between the doors, which prevented a lot of cool air coming in here. Actually, there would be snow coming in here, so I put this up here to really put the door together, and it really keeps the barn doors nice and snug. Well, yeah, it's a nice frosty, cool morning. There is the little raptors. Now, as you can see in here, now we didn't have these guys here last winter, but I knew that winter would be coming in, and so how do we keep from the water from freezing? Now, Paisley girl didn't think that we needed this little thing, but I'll tell you what, that little sucker there is a weight in gold, and yes, you do have to have something like this, especially if you're going to have livestock. This is, again, just like the 5-gallon bucket in the barn. It plugs in, and as you can see, their water is nice and thawed, ready for them to pluck away and get a nice thirsty drink. And we have straw throughout here. Hi, babies. How you doing, girls? Yeah? As you can see, there's straw inside their main coop where they sleep at night. I know, I'm coming in here disturbing your morning. Of course, in here is where they, oh, look down there. There's already one egg. Now that will build up over the winter because that'll help insulate inside the coop. Now we do have windows on here, but I keep them closed. But their main door inside stays open so they have ventilation. Now this door here will get closed at night. That way it kind of gives them a secure area. I'll show you. Now Miko, once winter really gets, once winter sets in, and Miko will go out for about 2 hours in the morning, just like right now he's out. Once snow starts happening, and it just kind of depends on the weather and that day, temperature wise and that stuff, but he would come out here and spend about 2 hours outside. He has thick fur, so he keeps nice and toasty himself. He's been out and already, his body's used to being outside. Hi, Miko. Did you enjoy your breakfast? Huh? Yeah. But down here, something I did for him, even when he's outside, I put this overhang, made this aluminum thing. He did have a thing that went down front of his door, but he didn't like that, so he tore that up, so I had to put that aluminum there. And down inside he has, yes, I'm showing everybody your warmth. So down there he has straw in there, and it's nice and layered up, so he can go in there and keep toasty, can't you? Can't you, pretty boy? Yeah. Daddy takes good care. Oh! Yeah, so Daddy takes good care of me. Yeah. He gets a high protein diet that also will help keep him insulated. He gets an egg in the mornings, and then he'll get a good dinner at dinner time. So it helps him build his immune system up and helps him keep his body insulated. The more fat he has on him, the better it is for him. Like I said, once winter sets in, it just kind of depends, but he'll spend roughly about 2 hours, maybe 3 hours outside. Just kind of depends on the weather. Like today, we're going to be up in the 60s, so, or 50, sorry. We're going to only hit 50 today. So he'll be out all day. 50 degrees is not bad. We'll go back in here and I'll talk about a few other things. So that's, some things that we do for our livestock and other animals on the farm here to make sure that they're comfortable. You think of yourself, some people really handle cold weather really well, and some like to get bundled up like myself. As I get older, I'm realizing that cold temperatures and I do not mix. um, Once it starts getting down below the 30 mark, I start bundling up. I have a thermal layer on today. I got my winter bibs on, and of course I have my winter jacket on. And then of course I wear a winter hat. Um, but some of them things like that, just to take that extra measurement, it makes your animals appreciate you, and they, you know, Paisley girl, will sometimes think that's a little over, you know. But these little extra measurements make your animals produce great livestock babies, and they also, like our meat rabbits, if they're happy, they're going to flourish, and they're going to really do well. I think our rabbits are very happy. The heat lamps over, can't see it here, but the ones that I showed you. Now, we are in that time change where, we have to set the clocks back. So they have less daylight. So I have them lights set up on a timer. They come on at 5 o'clock in the morning, and they'll go off around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and then the barn doors will get opened up. Of course, it depends on, the weather and stuff like that. Now, Saturday we went down to West Virginia to see our son and his girl and then the grandbabies, and I had turned the timers on all day because I knew they weren't going to have no lights from the outside, so them lights stayed on all day. That'll be the same thing that'll happen during the winter months when winter really sets in and it's just too cold to open the doors. And now, of course, rabbits, they'll be fine if I would open up the barn doors at probably 15 degrees or whatever. But like I said, I always think about myself. If I'm warm, I'm happy, and that's how I look at my animals. I treat my animals that way. Just like Miko, some people say, I can't believe you have an outside dog. Well, that's what he is. He's a livestock dog. He's in training. And we've tried to bring him inside to kind of introduce him to the house. It doesn't work. He tears it up, and then he wants to mark his territory, because that's what he does outside all day. He marks his territory. So for him to be an indoor dog, it's never going to happen. So that's why he's out here in the barn. But again, he goes in at the end. He usually comes in around 6 o'clock in the evening, sometimes 6:30 at the latest. And then he'll be in the rest of the evening, and then he goes right out first thing in the morning at 5 o'clock when I get out here. And then he'll go out sometimes all day. Now, once winter sets in, he'll probably be out less. Like I said, I personally wouldn't want to be outside in the snow all day, so I don't expect my dog to be outside all day in the snow. So that's why he'll go out 2 hours in the morning if there's snow on the ground or ice, or if it's really going to be freezing rain or whatever. Because, that just, makes his life miserable, and I don't want him to feel miserable. I want him to be a happy dog, and he is a very happy dog. So, them are the things that we do around here just to kind of make life a little bit enjoyable for them during the cold months. Now, in the summertime, we have to keep fans on in here in the barn to keep the rabbits cool. Now, Miko, he doesn't get a fan during the winter or summertime, but now most times in the summer months, he'll stay out probably all day, and probably even late in the evening. Sometimes he'll spend all night outside. Just kind of, again, it depends on the weather. If it's raining outside, he'll go out for 2 hours a day and then go back in. Now, if it's a warm day and, say it's 80 degrees outside and it's going to be a rainy day, he just stays in his doghouse. He's fine. He's happy. But in the wintertime, it's a lot different because that rain is cold, it's wet, and, if you ever been outside in the wintertime and it's raining and, you're getting wet, your body's like, I just want to go inside, So think about your animals like that, and that's how I think about it. Now, some will say, nah, you don't need to do all that. That's your choice. I'm just making myself I'm making our animals a lot happier, and I'm also, you know, making things a lot easier to deal with, like water freezing. Now, if we had which eventually the plan is, a long-term plan for out here, is to have a running water system, running water out here. Plus, it'll probably drain into the septic tank. We'll have a bathroom back there. We'll probably have like a wash basin type sink out somewhere in the back of that other part of the barn, and with water heater. And then of course we'll heat treat the heat treat the heat treat the you know, pipes, because you know, this barn is not an insulated barn at all. There, you know, it's not insulated, so and there is no plan to ever insulate it. It's what it is. It's a barn, and but we can make things like a little bit enjoyable, like having a bathroom out here, and also having a place where we can fill up our water and maybe not have to run, you know, or have a electrical bucket, you know, to keep the water from freezing. So them are some things that we do around here on the farm, and just to kind of make life a little bit easier for us humans and a lot more enjoyable for the animals, so that way they're comfortable during the winter months. Because I figure if they're happy, they're going to produce. They're going to be much happier, and I just figure it's going to be the return is going to be a lot better than a miserable animal. And I wouldn't want. I don't treat my animals miserable. Yes, they're livestock, but at the same point, I think I'm a human being who appreciates God's creatures, and I don't ever abuse my God's creatures. Okay, so that's why we are the keepers of God's creation. So, all right, well, thank you for stopping by the GNC Family Farms, and as we say around here, peace, love, and joy, and happiness comes from knowing our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And I hope you all have a very blessed week, and see you on the next video. And that's it. That's the wrap, kids. And again, we thank you for visiting GNC Family Farms. Talk to you on the next video.